What's up, beautiful people? I was just telling myself I look like a lesbian fuckboy because my hair looks all like funny right now. But the first card is patience, yield, slow down. Ooh, I keep getting like these bouts of sneezing. I see somebody walking across the crosswalk like super slow, and it's like there are other people behind them, and it looks like they're at the ahead of the race. But then I'm hearing there is no race. Ooh, I'm getting chills as I saw this next card. All right. So patience, okay? You're not in a race. First off, you're not in a race. You are simply going, chills again, you're going through your life. Ooh, chills all over. You're going through your life, and yes, there are other people around you, but comparing yourself to how fast or how slow or how these people have lived their life in comparison to yours is not doing you any good, okay? That is not something that you need to be doing. I know that's very hard as a human who we've been deeply programmed for competition. Okay, we've been deeply programmed to feel like we need to achieve certain things at certain time stamps in our life. When you come from certain cultures, you have to do certain things because of your culture or the way you were brought up or whatever, right? Comparing yourself to other people is only going to rob you of your joy, okay? And your joy is really living your life to your own purpose, not someone else's purpose, not someone else's voices, not someone's expectations, okay? Not other people's like, oh, well, when I was 33, I already was running my own business. Like, okay, cool. I'm probably gonna start mine up when I'm 40. It doesn't matter when, where, how other people have done the things in their life, okay? You're doing it in your own timing. You're doing it in your own speed. You're doing it your own unique way, okay? Remember, you have your own significant frequency that is specific just to you. So everything that you create in your reality is going to be specific just to you, okay? Now, it may look similar. Sometimes you'll get that impression that it feels similar to other people, but understand that you have your own unique frequency and that is how you are going to create your reality, okay? What was the other thing I was gonna say that left me? But that's for that, okay? And as you're doing these things that are gonna bring you joy, don't worry, you're gonna get what you need from it because you're living in your joy, and you being in your joy, doing what fascinates you, what puts you more into your authentic energy, you become magnetic, incredibly magnetic. And a lot of people don't understand that. They think law of attraction, I just need to think about this and think about that. But no, you have to really feel that in your body. Does it really truly make you happy? Does it truly make you feel that emotion that is going to make you more magnetic, that aligns with you? Because you can want to be happy, and then you think that this thing is going to make you happy, but really in reality that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for something completely different. You're looking for freedom, you're looking for peace, you're looking for, you know, something else. And that thing that you once thought was going to make you happy isn't really doing that, because once it gets here you're just like, oh shit, that actually doesn't make me happy. I actually wanted peace. So now you got to figure out how you're going to bring peace within yourself. So mountains, obstacles. You probably feel like there's all these obstacles that you have to overcome. Duh, life. Like, that's how it is, okay? Like, let me tell you something. So some of you probably already know this, but back in February, I called in, I told the universe, I told my guides, my ancestors, my angels, my higher self, I said, I want divine union. Straight up, I was like, I want divine union. Whatever it takes for me to get there, I'm ready. You know what they did? They brought me all these people that are going to teach me stuff about myself, not relationships, right? But it was just people, situations, things that were teaching me more about myself, how to love myself better, how to unconditionally love myself, how to choose myself over people that I thought would be in my life for a long time, right? How to face those inner wounds that I really thought were not there because it was so layered, right? How to really look at myself and be like, that's not what I want. That's what I do want, and help me build not only myself, my own energy inside myself, but really get to know my inner divine feminine, my inner divine masculine. Because once they came into union, that's when finally I'm vibrating at a frequency that is going to be compatible for external union. Okay, so no, I'm not completely healed, but I am doing the work so that when my external union does come, I'm ready to hold it. Okay, I'm ready to hold it, and not just in my heart and my soul, but in my nervous system. Okay, because me being somebody who doesn't understand, has never really been in a healthy relationship, being in a healthy relationship is kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, am I good and am I a safe person for other people? Yes. But do I trust that this one person is going to come into my life and really just be good, healthy, not manipulative, not crazy, not gaslighting me, not abusive, like all those things, because of all of the experiences that I've had previously. So obstacles, you're gonna have to move the things out of the way to get to where it is that you want to go, and that's why you need patience. Okay, so think to yourself, what is it that I want? What am I trying to achieve? Who am I trying to be? And then you tell the universe, all right, this is it. This is the thing. This is the whatever outcome I'm desiring. And then the universe goes, okay, shadow work, patterns, ancestral trauma, like just all kinds of shit that you're supposed to heal in order to make room for this thing, for this person, for this experience, right? Just me reminding you of that. Phrases, motivation, never give up. It's kind of fucking, dude, so probably like an hour ago, almost 2, right? I was fucking dying in my bed, okay? I was crying, releasing, like loneliness from my mother's line that I didn't even know was still there. I thought I had done it, like months ago when I first initially started the journey to bring in divine union. And then I realized when I was laying there crunched up, in the fetal position, crying my eyeballs out, that this was another layer. This was a layer that was truly, truly painful. The layer that was hidden underneath. And then it hit me. This layer was embedded so deep, and that's why these other people kept showing up in my life, and you didn't realize that. And then I finally let it go. I cried it out. I screamed it out. I fucking let it go. I let it run through my body, and then I said no more. I am human. I will experience loneliness. But that was a different type of loneliness. That was something that was passed on to me that I've been carrying my whole life. And it was that type of loneliness where you just feel so helpless. You feel so like done in. You feel like this is it. Like there's nothing more outside of this. So then once that released and I let myself cry some more and grieve it and all this other stuff and integrate that part of me that held on to it, now look at me. I'm fucking glowing. I fucking feel amazing. I'm still puffy in the face, because I cried so much. But you have to keep going. Look, healing is always gonna be, it's gonna keep happening, okay? It's inevitable, okay? It gets easier. It does get easier. It gets easier after you get into that rhythm with your body where it starts to feel safe, to feel those things with you, within you, right? And that's really what I could say about that. It's like you have to be able to experience those things and let yourself experience those things so that you make room. Because guess what? Now that whole thick ass layer of loneliness is not going to be something where I'm attracting from. So guess what? I am human. I will experience loneliness, but it's not going to be that type of loneliness. Okay? So that is my 5 cents on never giving up. Okay? Infinity, unlimited potential. I'm telling you, like, you are the creator of your fucking reality. Everything is happening for you exactly how it should be happening for you. Okay, there are no mistakes. There's no like, oh my god, I did this wrong. Oh, I should have done that right. Oh, I should have chosen that color instead. No. Everything is happening as it should. Okay, there's infinite potential in your power. Your power. And I'm telling you, hold my hand. Let's go. Let's bring you back to yourself, because that is who really holds the key to the door of your reality, your desired reality. Okay? Because you can sit here all you want and be like, well, if I hadn't been born, ma'am, sir, you chose to be born. Now you're here. So what are you going to make of it? Okay? Endings. The number 11. That has been coming up a lot for me lately. Listen, things are going to end. You're going to cycle through all kinds of stuff. Okay? You're going to cycle through all kinds of stuff. That's normal. Ego deaths, dark nights of the soul, the towers, you know, new beginnings, all of the things. This is a vicious cycle of what it is to be in the human existence. That's endings and beginnings, and there's no way around it. Okay? You'll never just be at an ending. You'll never just be at a beginning, because everything has a beginning, everything has an end. Okay? Cause and effect, law of correspondence, law of attraction, all of the laws. Okay? You have to apply all of the laws, not just the one that's your favorite, not just the one that's popular. You have to think about all of the laws and how they apply to your life and how you want to really use them to your advantage. Okay? Last card, 33. Star, divine guidance. You're being guided. Your guides, your angels, your ancestors are all there. They're just like, oh, did you see that? Did you see that she decided differently? Did you see that they decided to, instead of going out and drinking with their friends, they wanted to stay in and hang out? Did you see that they made that decision? They're literally just watching you. They're guiding you. They're sending you the signs. They're sending you the dreams. They're sending you, like, you are never without guidance. Okay? And yeah, sometimes there's like people that are like, oh yeah, my gifts are muted. Yes, that does happen. Your gifts do get muted, and I know this because I've experienced it before, where your gifts get muted, but it's not because you're being punished. It's not because they're revoking them. It's not because whatever other human thought that you have in your mind that is negative. It's simply because you're going through, and I experienced this again, I experienced this myself, where I was going through such a deep transformation that my gifts were not something that I needed to be using during that time. Okay? Also, it's because your gifts are going through also a huge transformation where they will start to function differently for you. So if before your clairaudience was like, oh yeah, I'll catch like conversation of somebody, and maybe it was just conversations that you caught wind of, right, as you were passing people, or in TV. Now it's coming in as music. Now it's coming in as like actual voices in your head, right? Your gifts will always evolve just as much as you evolve. Okay, so if you're going through a healing journey and you're transforming and you're noticing that your patterns are different, you're noticing that the way that you respond to things is different, your gifts are going to do the same thing. Your gifts are going to do the same thing. There's no way, there's like if, ands, or buts about it, right? Your whole being is changing. Your whole frequency is changing. Okay? So just understand that you are never without guidance. Okay? They're always here for you. And yes, you can always seek outward guidance, like a tarot reader or an oracle reader, or, you know, like get somebody to channel for you. But understand that your guidance is never, you're never without. You're never without. So if maybe your gifts aren't working right then and there, you can try meditating instead. You can try journaling instead. You can try going for walks outside in nature. That will help clear out some of that energy, right? It's gonna move the energy in your body. You can start taking baths. You can do cold plunges. There are so many things that you can do so that you can still get those downloads, so that you can still get that insight, so you can still get all of the things that you were getting before. But just remember, they might be a little bit different, okay? So now I'm not saying, oh, journaling is the only thing that's gonna work for you. I'm saying there are all these different types of avenues that are now gonna work better because your energy is changing. You're evolving, okay? We're never gonna stay the same. Never, okay? And that's what I got for that deck. Now I'm gonna use my deck. See what comes through with this. Like I said, I was like crying all morning, and now I got all the sinus stuff, and I gotta blow my nose, and I've been sneezing like crazy. I know my energy's different. Okay, so they're saying regulate yourself. Regulate yourself during the process. That's going to be the best way to really keep that information coming, okay? Because you can still create and you can still receive guidance in the pits of it, but I'm telling you, it's a lot harder. It is so much harder to do that. Okay. Oh, I got a number of cards. Is that it? All right, they're saying it's okay to receive. I had to learn this one today. Okay, gratitude. Just do it. And use discernment. Okay, so what this is telling me here is that in the midst of it, in the thick of it, in the pain and the struggle and in the crying and in the sobbing and the repatterning and the reprogramming and all the things, right? You need to regulate yourself. Ooh, I'm getting chills. You need to regulate yourself. I know it's hard. Trust me, I've been there, okay? Just recently, I had to refigure out how to regulate myself because it fucking sucks. You're feeling all of these things. You're changing all of these things about yourself. You're healing all of these parts of you, and everyone's running around with their head cut off. And then you're the one consciously seeing all of these things happening within you, and you're just like, what do I do? So regulate yourself, okay? You really, 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 really need to regulate yourself. All right. Here it says okay to receive. Can you guys clarify this? Because the first thing that I think about when it says okay to receive, it means you're having a hard time thinking that you're gonna get through it, that you're gonna be good, that good is coming of this. Yeah, that good is coming of this, and that, you know, whatever outcome that you think might be at the other end of it, maybe like you're looking for love, right? External love, or you're looking for peace, or you're looking for more motivation. You're going to receive it. But you have to understand that right now in the thick of it, you're only seeing the mess. This is what I'm hearing. You're only seeing the mess. But understand that you gotta make room. Move the mess so that you can receive it. Receive what you're asking for, okay? Abundance, whatever it is that you're asking for. You have to let yourself believe that you're gonna receive it. Because if you're only focusing on the mess of it, you're only focusing on the thick of it and how hard it is, and you don't know how you're gonna get through it, this is never gonna come through. It's not gonna come through. So tell yourself, it's okay for me to receive. It's okay for me to let go. It's okay for me to make room. I am worthy. I deserve it. And then you can stand on your stage and tell everybody, hey, this is what's happening. This is what I'm trying to get. And let's get it. Let's get it. And that's how you move through shadow work and through healing. Okay? You let everybody know. I am serious about this. I am not the victim. I am not, like, this is not happening to me. This is happening for me. And I'm taking control now. And I'm telling everybody here right now, this is what I decided. This is what I want. So guess what? Whoever needs to get up and move, you need to get up and move. That's what that's saying, okay? Make the room for it. Take that little bit of control and be grateful for it. Remind them that this is all for a cause. It's your cause, okay? And be grateful that you had the ability to do those things. Again, you just do it. Take that wheel. Don't give that wheel to Jesus. Jesus is busy doing other things. You take that wheel your damn self. Put it in a higher gear if you need to. But just do it. Because you can. You're so powerful. And use your discernment in the process. Okay? Discernment in the meaning. This is what they're asking me to tell you. Discernment in the meaning. Use discernment meaning. Identify what is yours. Your inner workings. Your inner children. And then identify what is stuff that you're carrying from other people. Voices. Right? Patterns, stuff that you've absorbed, especially if you're an empath, especially if you're a light worker who is meant to work with other people. Okay, I'm not saying it is specifically just for these people, but I'm saying if you are somebody who is like a sponge and you absorb people's stuff, right, and you don't have clear energetic boundaries, you're gonna be absorbing people's stuff that isn't even yours. So you need to have discernment so that you understand how this stuff came to be in your field in the first place. Okay, that's for that. Now, I don't feel like I need to do any shadow cards, but I'm gonna do them anyway. I only see 2 cards coming up. Okay. Yeah, no discipline. Challenging to stay focused, motivated, and take action, leading to feeling stuck. Yeah. Let me show you the card because it has a feather on it. I think somebody needs to see a feather. I wasn't going to show it, but they were like, show it. Materialism. Relentlessly pursuing wealth and possessions and putting them above care for others. A lot of people think that healing is going to bring them more money. Sure, yes it is. But if you do not decide that for your human soul contract, it's not gonna happen. That's an unpopular opinion, but whatever, right? You can tell yourself, I want to be fucking rich in this lifetime. That's great. But look at all the things that you need to work through in order to make that happen. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not saying you can't change your life, because every time when you're sleeping, you're going over that contract, okay? Again, with your higher self and your guides. You're always reevaluating that contract, seeing how things are going, how things are progressing, how it's going with other soul contracts that you have with other people. If things are succeeding around you and you're moving at a pace that is adjacent to what it is that you're trying to achieve consciously, then of course it's going to happen for you. And I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying you have to take into account that, you know, the human experience, the healing process, the healing journey is something you have full control over when it comes to a lot of things. When it comes to your discipline, right? Meditate every day. Journal every day. Ground every day, right? Practice your psychic abilities, right? Materialism. Now, if you want more money, if you want more abundance, if you want more of whatever the heck it is, you have to understand that you got to make the room for it in your nervous system so that you can handle it correctly, so you can handle it good, so you could keep it. Because as you're doing these things, as you're healing your nervous system, as you're healing your past traumas, as you're healing your generational wealth, because you can't get rich if that shit is stuck in your generational lineage, okay? If everybody's been poor in your family and you're trying to be the one that gets rich, Sure, you might be a cycle breaker, but you have to understand that you have to clear all of that trauma in order for you to be the one that pushes it forward. Okay? And I'm not telling you, oh, it's not possible. And I know it sucks that I'm the one that gotta tell you, you gotta do all the work. I'm sorry. You gotta do all the fucking work. I am doing so much fucking work so I can get all of the money, trauma out of my family line. Because we deserve better. I deserve better. Right? And it's not just like an ancestral lineage thing that you're doing. You're doing it for the collective. Money has been used against us for eons, ever since the currency became a thing. Okay, you have to understand, you're not doing it just for yourself or your timeline. You're doing it for the collective. You're doing it for the earth. You're doing it for a new earth. Okay, so it's not like, you have to think about healing. It's not just like, oh, like I really don't want to care what people think about me, so I really want to do like this NLP thing, and you know, like, no, like your healing is so important because it affects the collective, it affects the planet, it affects how timelines converge and move, and you know, like it's this huge bigger thing that's happening here that I'm trying to get you to understand. But obviously free will, you'll understand it if you do, you'll do it if you want to, and you'll love it if you want to. But that was a super short reading. I hope that helped whoever is gonna watch this. But yeah, I love you guys. Bye.